For today's cup of coffee, if you're going to get in on the winter solstice celebration, this is your last day. Well, you could have a little bit of the day thereof, but get your stuff in order. And we're going to be discussing different winter solstice celebrations around the world, because it's not just the Nordic peoples. This is a very ancient celebration. Anybody who paid attention to astronomy or astrology or anything like this, it was a very important date. And from history.com by Sarah Pruitt, which was originally written on December the 20th of 2016 and updated on September the 26th of 2023. You're going to take parts of this article. And she was talking about that Western culture owes many of the traditional midwinter celebrations, including those of Christmas, according to her, to Saturnalia, which was an ancient Roman solstice celebration dedicated to to Saturn, the god of agriculture and time. And there's a lot of people that they go down the rabbit hole about Saturn. I'm not going to do that, because that's when you get into the black cubes and all that stuff. And I'll leave that to David Icke and some of those other people. It says, though it started out as a one-day celebration earlier in December, this pagan festival later expanded into a riotous week-long party stretching from December the 17th to the 24th. And during this jolliest and most popular of Roman festivals, social norms fell away as everyone indulged in gambling, drinking, feasting, and the giving of gifts. And we need to remember, especially in some of the colder climates, that as far as feasting, that actually was a necessary thing. It was a matter of eating more than usual during some of these festivals, because when famine is there, you want to have some body weight, because the skinny minis are not going to fare well in a time of famine. So just think of that. So there's your excuse to have the second portion of whatever this year. And it says that there was a Chinese celebration of the winter solstice, which is called Dongji, which means winter arrives. And it welcomes the return of longer days and the corresponding increase in positive energy in the year to come. Now, 2024 is going to be, as far as the Chinese zodiac, Year of the Dragon. So that should be most interesting. Occurring only 6 weeks before the Chinese New Year, the festival has its own significance for many people and is believed to be the day when everyone gets 1 year older. And the celebration may have begun as a harvest festival when farmers and fishermen took time off to celebrate with their families. Now today, I'm sure this has political indications on this, it isn't an official holiday, but remains an occasion for families to join together to celebrate the year that has passed and to share good wishes for the year to come. The most traditional food for this celebration in southern China is the glutinous rice balls. I'm not even going to try that. And they're often brightly colored and cooked in sweet or savory broth. And in northern Chinese provinces, they enjoy plain or meat-stuffed dumplings, and that is a particularly warming and nourishing food for the midwinter celebration. And this one was also very interesting, that on the longest night of the year, Iranians all over the world celebrate the triumph of Mithra, the sun god, over darkness in the ancient festival of something else I'm not even going to try, which means the night of birth. And according to tradition, people gather together on the longest night of the year to protect each other from evil, burning fires to light their way through the darkness, and performing charitable acts. Friends and family join in making wishes, feasting on nuts, pomegranates, and other festive foods, and reading poetry, especially the work of a 14th century Persian poet. Some stay awake all night to rejoice in the moment when the sun rises, banishing evil and announcing the arrival of goodness. And the Persian Empire was a fascinating thing, and that's something that in the coming year I would like to study more about that. It says for the Zuni, one of the Native American Pueblo peoples in western New Mexico, the winter solstice signifies the beginning of the year and is marked with a ceremonial dance. After fasting, prayer, and observing the rising and setting of the sun for several days before the solstice, the sun priest traditionally announces the exact moment of the rebirth of the sun with a long, mournful call. I wonder why it would be mournful. It looks like that would be a sign of celebration to me. With that signal, the rejoicing and dancing began as 12 Kachina clowns in elaborate masks dance along with the, I think that must have been the Shalako themselves, which are 12-foot-high effigies with bird heads seen as messengers from the gods. After 4 days of dancing, new dancers are chosen for the following year, and the yearly cycle begins again. And the legend of the Kachina is very fascinating because that was one of those, they believed that these were people that came from the stars. There's a lot of extraterrestrial mythology or something that could be interpreted as extraterrestrial within the Native American legends. Fascinating stuff. Like the Zuni, the Hopi of northern Arizona also, they celebrate an all-night ceremony, and which begins with kindling fires, dancing, and sometimes gift-giving. Traditionally, the Hopi sun watcher was not only important to the winter solstice tradition, as his observation of the sun also governed the planting of crops and the observance of Hopi ceremonies and rituals all year long. And then in Japan, the winter solstice is less a festival than a traditional practice centered around starting the new year with health and good luck. It's a particularly sacred time of year for farmers who welcome the return of the sun that will nurture their crops after the long, cold winter. People light bonfires to encourage the sun's return. Huge bonfires burn on Mount Fuji each December the 22nd. And I will have to look online and see if there are any maybe webcams or something like that set up to observe the bonfires on Mount Fuji. That would be something I would be very interested in seeing. And a widespread practice during the winter solstice is to take warm baths scented with yuzu, which is a citrus fruit, which is said to ward off colds and to foster good health. I should have gotten some of those for youngest kid. Many public baths and hot springs throw yuzu in the water during the winter solstice. Many Japanese people also eat I think it's called kabocha squash, known in the United States as Japanese pumpkin, on the solstice because it's thought to bring good luck. I don't know whether we would have any of those in our area, but if you have these in your area, buy one, enjoy it, and tell me, let us know how it was and how you prepared it. Then on another article, which was from Reader's Digest, I was thrilled to find out that they are still in existence, by Tina Donvito, and it was updated on December the 19th of 2023. There was a couple that I wanted to share with you that these are newer traditions because people can start traditions basically at any point. And winter solstice, this one comes from Brighton, England, and it's the burning of the clocks, which was fascinating. It says fire needed to light the dark days of winter has traditionally been part of winter solstice celebrations. The modern-day Burning of Clocks festival in the seaside town of Brighton took up the notion for its yearly solstice parade, bonfire, and fire show. People wearing costumes representing clocks and the passage of time marched to the beach with a lantern made of wooden paper. There, the lanterns are burned in a huge bonfire, symbolizing the wishes, hopes, and fears that will be passed into the flames. That sounds like a fabulous thing to participate in. Then there is in Donji, I think is how you pronounce it, South Korea. And One of the winter solstice rituals includes eating a red bean porridge, and red is considered to be a lucky color, so the dish is meant to be kept to keep bad spirits away from the people while embracing good wishes for the coming year. And other traditions include giving calendars, as Korean kings used to do, and socks. And yes, I thought of the little elf thing from Harry Potter on that. And this is a day where Koreans wish for snow, as cold weather on the winter solstice is said to bring a bountiful harvest. I can understand that, because it also, when you've got to have some cold weather to kill off the bugs and other things. And also from England, this is from Cornwall, a reinterpretation of ancient Cornish winter solstice rituals. The Winter Solstice Festival of Montal began in 2007 in the town of Penzance, and it celebrates the culture of England's westernmost peninsula. Wearing carnival-like costumes, geysers, or those wearing disguises, form a procession with lanterns, creating a river of fire meant to celebrate the return of the sun. In the old custom, geysers would roam the streets, putting on skits, singing songs, and pulling pranks. Part of the fun was trying to guess who was who. Today, traditional music, dancing, and performances add to the festive atmosphere. And that's another thing that's just fun. Celebrate. Fun. And it's a matter of sun, warmth coming back, joy, light. And I will tell you that the 20th and the 21st of December are usually really physically hard days for me, because I can feel it. I can literally feel that absence of light. So that's the reason when winter solstice comes that we do celebrate. It's just a small something that youngest kid and I do. Because then on the 22nd, I love that you can just feel a lot of the energy lift. And maybe it's just me. If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, if you have gotten to participate in some of the winter solstice activities, or, either in an area or within your family, let us know in the comment section, or you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. Email is there in the description box, and the links to the articles will also be there. Yeah, kid still got the croup, so that's why he wasn't here. Prayers for him, if you would please. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Remember to hit that thumbs up on YouTube. I don't know that it matters, but go ahead and do that anyhow. It lets me know that somebody is out there. Know that you're loved, because I know that you're out there. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.